Hello, you guys. JT here, and welcome to day one of furniture flipping out of my studio apartment Airbnb. As you can see, the mess and the clutter in the background going on here, this is about how much space I have to work with. I transition in between going outside and being in here, but since I live in Las Vegas, it gets extremely hot. It's now May, so a lot of the times I'm going to be working inside. I got this little chair set footstool thing. I don't even know what to call it, but I got it from a garage sale for about 10 bucks. There was like a whole pile of things that he was selling, and the whole entire pile was about 10 bucks. So this thing wasn't exactly $10, but I'm trying to at least make that $10 back. I started off by taking off the cushions to see what we were working with because I wanted to change the upholstery on it. And then I gave him a good clean, and I kind of just stumbled across these tools. This is one of my very first projects. I'm not even going to say one of them. This is the first project that I've ever worked on. And we're gonna go ahead and see how it goes. You can see that I'm trying to mark the scratches with a marker, and as you can see, it kind of works with that. But I didn't finish doing that for the whole entire thing because I was afraid that it didn't look very genuine. I felt like it looked like I put marker on it, but as you can see here, I'm putting some restore finish on a very, very fine piece of steel wool to kind of try to get out any of the scratches that aren't too deep or any of the marks or whatever. And because I'm not going to sand this piece or stain it, I just wanted to try this restore finish because I saw it work on something else that I had. And it is this mahogany color, so I was able to use this restore finish for these pieces. And now I'm on to the smaller footstool. Again, I'm starting off by taking off the upholstery because I'm going to end up changing it. All I had to do was get a staple gun, and the staple gun came with a staple remover. It was very tedious. There were a lot of staples in there, but that's how it looks like without the upholstery. And before I start to put the restore finish on there, I'm going to give this a good scrub as well. I felt like these were nice pieces to start on because they're just so simple. And like I said, I'm not going to be sanding them or staining them or anything. I just wanted to see how this restore finish would look. And as you can see, it's not perfect. You know, it's not getting out like all the deep scratches, but it is making it a lot more shiny. And it's making it look somewhat new. Not new, but just like, not as dingy and not as worn. I can definitely see a difference. And then we're going to finish it off by putting on this wax that smells so good. And you guys will be able to see just how much it just brings out everything that I just did with the restore finish. I love this combo so much when I am not sanding or staining, And then after that, while everything was drying and stuff, then I went ahead and got this piece of foam from Home Depot. It was kind of hard for me to find, so it took me a few days. That's why the wardrobe changed, as you can see. And then I got this fabric from Amazon, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut the exact outline that's already this piece right here, because the piece that I have already allows for the tolerance, like it being stapled and folded. So I just cut it out exactly. And then I did the same for the larger piece of fabric. So you'll notice me reusing the foam that's already for the bigger stool thing, because that piece of foam that I got wasn't enough to do the square and the rectangle. because if I were to get a bigger piece of foam, it was going to be like $32, whereas this square piece of foam was like $9.99. I was like, okay, I don't even know when I'm going to be using foam again, so I'm just going to get this square. Hopefully it works, but I just end up reusing the other foam anyways. And just changing up the fabric. This was probably the hardest part. Trying to get the fabric to go through here. But as you can see, I realized that it's not going to work that way, because the way that that board was on was actually, they like hammered nails to it and it actually stuck to the stool. But since I kind of ruined that, I just left it alone as like a cushion that's like removable, kind of like how a couch is where you can just kind of remove the cushions. I just made it like that. I didn't see it as that big of a deal, but I just end up stapling it just like this, so I don't try to pull it through anymore. And then I try my best to take off the strings with the scissors, and as you can see, it just goes on just like that. And this is where I'm using the foam that I bought from Home Depot. It's a little bit it's a lot more cushier than the other foam, so I kind of had to hold it down with my knees as I was stapling it, and that ended up making it take a lot longer. It was a little bit difficult, but it worked out and it was worth it in the end. So I don't show in the video, but it actually took me a lot longer to get off all those little pieces of string. But here's how it turned out in the end with the restore finish and the new fabric. I like how it came out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.